So great. She always brings an animal to Rotary Day every year.
Right?
And this time it was a sure.
Effectively, so it was a bit of a shock and surprise to the family, but I do appreciate all of you reaching out. So thank you for that. You know, it is what it is. You get to that point in life and stuff starts happening. But anyway, I appreciate knowing that I have friends out there and people who are there to support. So thank you for that. I will turn it over to Nancy to lead us in something a little more upbeat and patriotic. The Pledge of Allegiance.
All right. Ready? Salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And then the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Number one is it true?
Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Good job. All right, and then I was asked for the thought of the day. So as I was trying to figure out what I wanted to share, I found some quotes that to me represent our club as far as friendship, service, and gratitude are concerned. So the first one is from our founder, Paul P. Harris. The foundation upon which Rotary is built is friendship. On no less firm foundation could it have stood. And then Margaret Mead said, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. And then on gratitude, Winston Churchill said, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. And then Rumi said, be with those who help your being, and gratitude is the wine for the soul. Go on, get drunk.
So I do want to say that was Nancy's maiden voyage with
Put her in there.
Rookie of the Year. Well, I'll leave that up to Diane. That's her job. But I think you're officially on the rotation now. So.
Okay,
Awesome.
it was my
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you, Nancy. That was very good all the way around. All right. Guests, I introduced Sam Root already, so welcome again to Sam Root. No visiting Rotarians, but I did want to mention that our speaker has submitted her application to join North Stockton Rotary. So we'll get her processed and go through. Bill will do what Bill does and get her through the. Run her through the ringer or
Get her
whatever.
processed through the system.
It's a thing, and then hopefully within a few weeks we'll get her inducted and going on. So.
And then you're president, you know that, right?
Actually, we are looking for a president.
We just nominated you for president.
Throw me in there.
All right. It is the 1st of March, so birthdays.
I remember
Just
that
got
guy.
one, and Lance Hawkins is March 26th. Many of you probably don't know Lance.
Well, he's a great guy.
Some of us have met him
He brought me on.
But
Yeah.
he was your
Yeah.
sponsor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't he live in the East Bay?
I don't know.
Still working?
He works in Alameda.
Well, shout out to Lance. We will send him the link to
Let's
the
send him the
video.
link. Lance, we love you.
Yeah, but you know what? The important thing is he pays his dues every year.
There you go.
You heard that, Lance?
He's a great
Pays
Rotarian.
his dues and keeps contributing to the cause, so we appreciate that. And then as far as anniversaries, got some fun stuff here too. Jeff Groom,
He has
5 years. Jeff is
Chief
our treasurer, of
Alameda.
course. We don't see him on Tuesdays because he's a busy guy, but
Jeff Bloom?
he's 5 years in.
Jeff Groom.
Joel Kerrigan is here occasionally. He's 12. Robert Walker, 27. And then I was talking to Earl about this earlier. Terry Cosette, another, I think they spend most of their time in the Bay Area now as well, now that he's retired. But it says his induction date was March 11th, 1957. That's the very first date. That's the
founding
date of the club.
Yeah.
So that would have made him a charter member. And I asked Earl, and he said no, and Frosty said no, and so Bill pulled out this picture
Well, there are the founding
of our
members.
founding members, and there's no Terry in there, so somebody's lying somewhere.
I can answer your question,
Uh-huh.
because my father was the same deal.
Oh,
So here is my uncle, Marvin Genetti, right here.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we
Johnny
go.
Crosby. Can't mention the genetic name.
It's okay, Chris.
It's all right.
It's all right, buddy.
It's passing, it's passing.
Don't ever change.
Just taking a minute.
All right.
So, they were partners at the liquor store, so they were
Oh,
retail
sure
liquor.
they were. It's a liquor store.
Have I ever heard a liquor joke?
Don't want to start that.
Where's Dietrich when you need him? Right?
Yeah, Joe's father was also there. Anyways, at that time, you couldn't join Rotary as at the same time as someone else who was also retail liquor at the classification on your badge.
No.
There could only be one of each.
Oh, wow.
So Morven Dad said, go ahead. So Morven was a charter member.
Okay.
Dad was the first or second. It sounds like Terry was probably
I don't think so.
there too.
that far.
I don't think so.
But 57, that I know, but I never heard of him being that long.
No, I don't think that's right.
So,
But anyway,
I don't know.
So that's why.
That's interesting.
I don't know, but if you look it up in DACDB,
Yeah.
and I know you all know how to use DACDB.
And ChatGPT.
That too. It says 3/11/57.
That was the
anyway,
default.
it was surprising to me. It's obviously
4 hours.
anyway. Terry's been around a long time. I don't know when he actually.
Well, he could have been brought
Join the
in,
club.
but there was another retail, so he was just like my father was.
Yeah.
He ran Campbell's in Lincoln Center.
Yeah,
You're
right.
kidding.
Yeah, Campbell's.
Yep.
He was the president of that.
So anyway, those are our anniversaries. Normally, do we even want to sing happy birthday to the plants? Should we sing like? No. All right. We'll pass. We'll pass on that.
Sorry, Lance.
We'll pass on that. How about we go to sunshine? Sunshine. All right, Karen's got some sunshine.
So on read-in day, was at Rosa Parks, and something was going on. I always say, okay, I'm a retired educator. And I told the lady who was there with us, she said, oh, that's really great. She says, your class that you're supposed to be reading to, they're in music class right now. Would you like to go? I said, sure, let me go see what's happening in their music class. And I walk in, and lo and behold, it's one of my former student teachers.
Oh my
I've seen him in
God.
years.
Wow.
Got to see him in action with his class, and so that was a really great thing. And then second, I want a huge shout out to Mr. Khalil here for the fine job he's doing with our Facebook page. He is just awesome stuff. So that's my sunshine.
Long needed. So thank you for that, Khalil.
No problem.
Speaking of the read-in, I just wanted to share and,
Please do.
donate with this opportunity to share about the read-in. So it was on February 26th, that was on Thursday. Just give you some of the numbers here. We had 782 volunteers read to more than 20,000 students from kindergarten and some transitional kindergarten through 3rd grade at a total of 74 schools. So that covered SUSD, LUSD, the San Joaquin County Office of Education with charter schools, and then Stockton schools that were located in Lodi and Manteca. So pretty remarkable, 782 volunteers at 74 schools. So I want to thank everybody in this club that volunteered and helped, and it was a big success. So
And a big
Yeah, very proud of
that.
that.
Jim is the man. Makes it happen every year, he and his team.
we got a great team, and
Thank
all the
you.
clubs helped,
Thank
of
you for
course.
that. Right.
Lots of good news. We got our money back, the allotment from Rotary Foundation. and from your donations, and we are up this year to $6,472.
Wow.
So that's good. That's an uptick from last year. That leaves us with $3,236 for our community grants, which will of course go to dictionaries. So thank you for that, for all of you. The uptick is because you're giving more, and so thank you for that. And I got 2 new contracts. I'm not the executive. I am just providing some help with a strategic plan for the Animal Protection League, and then I'm doing some board training for the regional center at East Bay. And Joanna's getting her knee fixed on Thursday.
Okay.
Let's see, so I'm not gonna stand up because
Yeah,
it
that's
takes too long to get back down again. So today is my son's 39th birthday again.
Thomas.
So,
Yeah, what do you mean again?
one good thing. Second thing was that big storm we had last week. Went up to check on our cabin up in Arnold, and there were trees down everywhere. We lost 3 trees. One was in our driveway when we got there, so no getting up there. The other one turned right and went into the neighbor's yard,
Oh, gosh.
right between their RV shed that they keep another neighbor's RV in, and his propane tank. So
Oh.
either 1 foot one way would have demolished his garage, 1 foot the other way would have damaged his propane tank. So something worked. So yeah, so it was a very interesting trip. It was just looked like a war zone in that place. There was trees everywhere.
So we can't have a meeting without my saying something about a bird.
Good.
So last week on Wednesday morning, I got up a little late, went to go into the bathroom and looked out at my feeder, which is sitting out on the balcony, and there was a bird I had thought was a black-headed grosbeak, which I've had in my backyard previously. So I took a picture of it, took out 3 pictures of it actually, and then went and did my duty. I then shared
Duty.
Thanks for sharing that.
I then shared that with the picture, not the
Not the duty.
with David Yee from our birding class, and David said, "No, that's not a black-headed grosbeak.
No.
That is a rose-breasted grosbeak."
Oh, well.
Now, a rose-breasted
So wearing a
grosbeak
black
is
face?
a bird of the east, not of the west, and it's a bird of summer, not of winter. So seeing this in my backyard was very unusual. And in fact, there's only been 10 recorded sightings in San Joaquin County of a rose-breasted grosbeak, and none of those occurred during the winter. So I felt a little badly about this because I'm an intermediate birder, and there are expert birders who would love to have seen this, like not just my picture, but would actually love to have seen this, and are probably wondering why I got to see this bird in my pajamas.
That's what the bird said.
I think I'll go back east now, right? Sam,
That's great.
want to share?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not much, but couple of things. I moved to Fremont, Stockton. I graduated from UOP.
Yay!
Stockton, gave me a place, gave me experience. I met to meet you guys. Rotary, yay! Long live Rotary, and starting a new life. And that's it.
Right on.
I forgot to share something again. I'm sorry. 2 things.
More money.
$155 on Octavio's fundraiser, guys. $155. And then I get to go to Pell's this weekend,
This weekend.
All right.
the president-elect training.
Enjoy.
So,
Yes.
I'm a little nervous about it.
You don't have to be.
Don't have to be. You
It's
will-
fine.
You will.
You'll come
I mean,
inspired.
Just think about how you went into pre-pets and how you came out.
Yeah, that's
Right?
true,
It's
yeah.
gonna be the same thing.
It's just bigger.
Okay.
Just bigger. Yeah. Yeah. So,
So I'll be able to
you will
report.
enjoy it greatly.
I'll report
Yeah,
next
but
week.
she's rooming with Tamara, so we're kind of,
Yeah,
we're.
yeah.
Hide the wine.
Trouble.
If you
Trouble.
make it to end of the meeting.
Don't stay up too late. All right, well, I just wanted to wrap with two things. Number one, just in honor of my brother, he was, even though he was younger than me, I always felt like he was the guy I wanted to be. You know, he was that kind of a person. He was just the guy that everybody loved, everybody thought, and he was a very kind-hearted, however, let's just say very firm in his beliefs, but he just expressed himself in a way that was never offended anybody, you know. I've offended a lot of people in my life, and I'm very firm in my beliefs as well. I don't communicate it sometimes as well as he did, and those are the things about him that I just really enjoy. And you know, I was texting with his oldest daughter, my niece, this morning, and she texted to me and made me cry when she said, I can't wait to see you because you're what reminds me of my dad. And so that just means a lot to me because she saw some of him in me. So there's that. And then I'll end more on a high note. My experience at the read-in, and I didn't know this was gonna happen, but we were at Rosa Parks, which is an Aspire charter school. My twins, you may remember, went through all Aspire schools. And so I show up and I open the door, and there's Sherry Sandoval standing there, who was their kindergarten and first grade teacher at their school. And she knew I was coming because she saw my name on the list, and so she was like right there to greet me and give me a big hug. And she's the assistant principal now at Rosa Parks. So it was nice to see her, and she's still, after having gone through 12, 13 years of school, the kids still say she was their favorite. So it was nice to see her and experience that. So that was I didn't miss anybody, right? Is there any more money on the table? All right, okay, quick. Get through the upcoming events. We got Christine today, obviously. Next week, Lucas Hondas from Discovery Challenge Academy. That will be good. We need to do what we can to get our fellow members here next week. Not that we didn't want to do that for Christine, but you know, we support Discovery Challenge Academy, and we've talked about it a lot. And so, you know, I think that'll be great. The week after is Tony Franks from St. Mary's. Andy's filling in for me, right, that week. I'm gonna be on a cruise ship in the Caribbean somewhere. So have a great time that week, because I will. And then on the 24th, Kirk DeJesus from the port will be here. Then on March 21st, okay, I got some clarity on these two events that are happening at the end of the month, but they need our help. Saturday, March 21st is the Spring Into Hearing hearing assessment event that's happening at the Chan Health Science Center, which is, if you know where the pharmacy building is, north of the river, right there off of Pacific Avenue.
Brookside and Pacific.
Yep. If you go in from the Pacific side, instead of turning left onto Brookside, turn right onto that little frontage road, and you can go into the parking lot in the back. And the Chan Health Science Center is there. I'm sure you'll see it because there will be booths and tents and all sorts of stuff up. We need a couple of people. They just need a couple of people. We've donated some funds to them, but we just need a couple of people just to kind of help out and, you know, be there. So if you're interested or can help with that, let me know. Here's the details on that. I don't know, Chris, if you want to get a picture of that. But I'll make sure.
where it is. It's where we got our COVID shots.
Okay. I'll get it out to you in an email along with the next one I'm going to show you, which is the indoor rowing rivalry that we're doing in conjunction with the Delta Sculling Club. That's going to be out at the County Office of Education, at the Wentworth building out there. Bill, do you want to mention anything
Yeah,
about that?
so what we've done was we've partnered the Sculling Club with the special ed group in Stockton. So they'll be sending special ed kids to the rowing event. This is only the second time they've done this rowing event, first of all. They did the last one in November. Now they're having to switch it. It's gonna be every year at the end of March every year from now on. But they have everything down what they need to do. But by our intervention, we've been able to add the special ed kids to the rowing thing. So they'll have they'll have special events for them, and they'll probably do an event where they put in one special ed kid into a group, and there'll be a team as well. So they'll need probably 4, 5, 6 volunteers from our club to be there. We've also offered some money so that they can provide prizes and for the kids, and they also do a breakfast and lunch for the kids. So depending on who signs up, but they've already done all that stuff. We're just kind of an additive feature. So, and they have everything on video, and so we just can put our logo up on to be included in the video. The one other thing that they would like, though, is it takes a lot to move all those erg machines over to the center. So, and in the past, they've utilized DCA as they incorporated it into their rowing events. And this year they kind of got nixed out of that with the new principal. So we're going to try to work our magic and see if we can provide some funds for DCA to actually help with the moving of the ERC machines in and out. See if we can facilitate that change in the event too. And if so, we can make this a yearly event and something that our club could participate in without much of a hassle at all. But it's so great for the kids, especially the special ed kids, to see, you know, an adult helping them with and being able to do this activity. So
Well,
that's where we stand with that.
You can count me in on the helping move stuff.
Okay.
Volunteer my truck.
Okay.
and my-
So we'll send out more information as we get it, depending on how many kids they have at the event. So it's
Okay.
pretty cool.
So, you want people to let you know, let Bill or me know if you're interested in helping with that.
Yeah, I'll send out an email first for a sign up at some point. So
Perfect.
good.
Okay, so there's a couple of things. Again, I think I mentioned a few weeks ago that, you know, we have goals that we're trying to set as far as a variety of different things, and one of those goals is making sure that everybody's involved in some sort of project, at least one project every year. So I probably need to go to Jim and say who was in the read-in, you know, who helped with dictionaries, whatever, you know, so that I can check off the names and make sure that I've got that, because we want to reach the goal of 30 of our 40 members. That's a big stretch, to be honest, because I was doing a count and 15 of our members are kind of like Lance. They're, you know, they pay their dues, but we don't see them. So, but if we got to 25, you know, I think that would be a successful, you know, goal hit, just because we've got 25, you know, active members. So, all right, finishing up, whiskey tasting. I think we decided the 27th on Friday at your house, right, Chris? Did we decide that while you were drinking, whatever it is, you were drinking Friday night?
We just told her the 28th. It was
28th.
27th or 28th, not 27th and 28th. So that's a Saturday night.
So we're gonna go Saturday the 28th. Okay, so Saturday, so we will meet the Tuesday prior, which is the 24th, I believe. Okay, we'll meet the Tuesday, then save up and get ready for whiskey tasting on Saturday the 28th, and then we'll be dark here on the 31st.
Good.
Okay, and then back for their normal Tuesday, whatever the Tuesday.
Yeah, rowing event stops at 1:30. It's 8:45 to 1:30. So
Okay.
Take a
So
nap.
we can
time
do.
between the rowing event.
Chris will open up his house at 2.
Drink a
We're
lot
ready
of
to go.
water. Get ready to go. Okay, so that'll be a busy day, but it'll be a fun day. All right, and then on April 25th, do you want to tell us where we're at with the?
We're at the point where I met with Leanne Hayner last evening to go over this permitting process. And so thanks to you with this, you having the trailer there, it's gonna bypass like a lot of that stuff. So I just need the certificate that shows our nonprofit status, and I can get that, the first part of the permit to them hopefully tomorrow. So now we're at the point, and I'll have more details on this next week, where we gotta start getting our donations. We've gotta either have people donate items or donate money. The more we donate, the more profit we'll have, of course. So, not necessarily you personally, but maybe your businesses. We will certainly provide the nonprofit information so that they can, get their, what do they call it, tax, whatever. Or maybe they want to sponsor the buns, or maybe they want to just give us money. We always will take money. So I'll be more letting you know next week specifically what items. And then we need to be thinking about tables, chairs, barbecue, you have that, you said, what, a griddle top, or what is it that you have?
Well, the outdoor kitchen on the, I have
To heat up
the separate Blackstone.
Okay, so that should be enough. We shouldn't need any more barbecues than that. Because the guy I'm talking to at the county, he said for us not to do a bunch of them ahead of time and keep them warm. He said just, do them as you need to. Maybe only have 5 or so
The
ahead.
Blackstone works great for that, because you can just put a
Yeah.
aluminum tray with foil over the top of it, right on top of the grill.
Perfect.
Throw them in there and
Yeah.
put a little water in there.
So-
Are you gonna barbecue them or boil them?
Well, this is like a flat top griddle,
Griddle, yeah.
so
We're gonna heat them up on the griddle.
we can just give them a little color, something to,
Yeah, no, it's good.
but
Yeah.
either way.
Cause, well, at the Speedway, we used to boil them and then, wrap them, put them in the bun, wrap them, put them in the thing, and then they would steam. And they just melt in your mouth, really.
Okay, well, hey, I'm open to anything. I am not a hot dog connoisseur, so.
Nancy, anything else that we should let them know at this point?
I don't think so. Just put your feelers out there,
Mm-hmm.
businesses.
I think that's the big thing right now, is
Yeah.
just if you know anybody who could help with, I'm gonna try to get my connection back with Alpine to get the hot dogs as cheap as we can get them.
That'd be great.
And go from there.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so whiskey tasting on the 28th now. See that thing that looks like a 7? That's it. Okay. And then sometime the last week of May. We're not doing April. April was going to be a mystery trip, and it became such a mystery that it literally disappeared. It was just hard to get it scheduled, so Kendra is planning on doing that in the fall sometime, September-ish, somewhere around there. So that'll still happen. But then we're gonna do the ports the last week of May, and then we'll have the kick out on the 30th. And it's game time. All right. Who's boozer this,
Ray, come on up.
Yeah. Okay, Christine, as the speaker, you get to pick the lucky person who's going to try their best to get all of the last 2.
9-5.
9-5.
9-5.
Who is it?
Ray. Of course it is Ray.
It's Andy. Ray, he's just getting up.
9-5?
195.
That's you.
Hi, that's you.
Come on, Andy.
All right, Andy.
Last time I hit you in the head with it.
I'm okay with that.
Aim lower.
Hitting me in the head is better than
As long as it goes through the
as far
hoop.
as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I'll put my head back here so that it doesn't make it through.
So keep the elbow in,
Keep the elbow in,
all through.
fall
Yeah.
through.
Right
to the
That's
head.
the best.
Come on, Red Hawk.
Oh!
Very close.
So close, and that
2 out
was,
of 3?
that was good. That was good form. That was actually good form, Andy, but sorry.
Your Red Hawks are doing better, Don.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's true.
6 and shooting in the country.
Yes.
But who knew?
I appreciate you all participating in my little game and helping us raise money. So thank you for that. All right, so it's Christine time. So as I mentioned, Christine has submitted her application. We're excited about that. She is the director of Harvest Home Animal Sanctuary in Stockton. For more than 2 decades, she's worked in a variety of ways to improve the lives of animals and youth in our community. She's currently certified as a poultry welfare auditor. She holds a bachelor's degree in political science from UC Berkeley and a master's degree in poultry science from Texas A&M University. Those are 2 interesting political science and poultry science. Yes. There's things
Go
I can
hand
say
in
about
hand.
that, but I'll just hold my tongue. Currently, she's nearing the completion of her Doctor of Education degree at the University of the Pacific with an emphasis on humane education and literacy. Please welcome Christine Morrison.
Thank you, Evan. I appreciate the introduction and an opportunity to stand behind the screen. Can you see me? I was taller.
Can't close it, otherwise your name will disappear.
I'm
off
used
the
to
team,
it.
but I'll
It's
do
just
this.
the way it is.
Is that better? You want me to move the podium?
I'm good. Perfect. How's everybody? I'm
Hey,
used
we're all
to
about
it.
fun.
I just roll with it.
That's right.
Well, welcome everybody. I'm super excited to be a part of the club, or right about to be. So, okay, so let me be honest. I used to be a part of the Stockton Rotary Club over at Country Club.
Yes.
So, I'm switching
Good.
with you guys.
Good move.
So, I think we're in really good company at this club. It's much smaller, kind of my speed, and I already know a few people in this club, so why the heck not? So here I am. Today's my big day, and I'm talking, and
You're welcome.
we're gonna be working together on lots of fun stuff. So, okay, Harvest Home. So we exist all the way out in the boondocks. It feels more like Tracy, but technically it's Stockton, where the organization operates and exists. We are on Wing Levee Road. If you are traveling out Highway 4 or say Howard Road, that's where we are. We're this little tiny place, 2.5 acres, that operates to provide shelter for animals. So what animals? What kind of animals? Well, there's a lot of dog and cat rescues out in the community already. So our organization has a slightly different focus, farmed animals. So animals such as pigs, goats, all types of birds, as we just heard about. And we give them a safe place to live, perhaps for a short period of time or their entire life. And they are the lifeblood of our work, and we promote them in a variety of ways. Providing shelter, obviously. Our property is just gorgeous. We are on this quiet little road off the beaten path out in the middle of nowhere, but it's a slice of paradise to the animals that we take in. And then also we provide an opportunity for people to visit and see our work for yourself. So one animal actually that we just had in the community, Jim just mentioned. We had one of our ducks visit a classroom here at one of the schools in town, and our work is wonderful in itself in terms of what we do in terms of protecting animals and giving them a safe space. But our work is more than that, honestly. We amplify our work by coming into the community and bringing our work to the community. Not expecting everybody to find their way and wait for them to show up at our front gate. That's just not realistic, honestly. I wish it was, but our work is important because we combine it with literacy and helping young people learn about our work by meeting them where they are. So we have a reading program. We started about 10 years ago, and it's grown and grown over the years. And we promote literacy with the assistance of the animals that we take in. So when we think reading, we think about schools and how kids can learn to read in a traditional setting of a classroom, right? Well, what if it was more than that? What if it was reading outside the classroom, perhaps with a pig or a chicken or whoever that we take in? And that's where our work kind of stands out on its own, and it kind of gives young folks, especially kids 3rd grade or younger, like with Rotary Read In, the opportunity for kids to kind of meet them where they are in terms of learning to read, or maybe they're the best readers in the world, who knows, or they need some help. With our animals, we give the kids an opportunity to meet the animals and read to them. And that is something I wish I could show you just by showing a video, but seeing it in person is way kind of where it's at. So the animals have their own ability to teach, and I know that sounds kind of hippie and all that, and it is, but the animals get an opportunity to teach children the ability to read at their own speed. And the animals really, they just have this very unique ability for kids, I think, to relate to, naturally. And our program for the last 10 years has grown and grown, and this is a free program that we offer through the library system, classrooms, at the sanctuary itself. And it's something that we're, going to keep on doing because it works. And it's not something kind of, what's the right word to use, like kind of hard to understand. It's like a very basic thing that kids just naturally get. And given the literacy rate here in the Stockton schools and surrounding areas, the kids need it more than ever. And this is our way of kind of showing kids how they have the opportunity to learn in different environments, not necessarily maybe the school system is working for them. So we have an alternative way to give kids opportunities to learn to read, build their reading, what have you. So, but our organization's been around it's been over 20 years now. And our focus has been mostly on taking in the animals, but it's obviously grown in recent times thanks to the generosity of the public and getting some grants from Rotary actually over the years, and places like the Ramus Foundation over in Manteca. They've been very supportive of our work, and we look forward to growing that base of support through a variety of other ways, whether it's just having people come and visit us and seeing the animals for themselves and seeing what we do in person. We're a very small organization. We have a very small staff. Our board is very small. We are women powered in terms of everything from cleaning out barns, picking up poop, to running our organization. So it's a cool place, and I invite everybody to visit. We actually have a spaghetti feed coming up on the 21st, which is sponsored by, of course, Angelina's, because that's the only place to get pasta. That's just the truth of it, right? But we have a lot of opportunities for people to visit and support us and help be a part of the work, because our community needs all the help it can get. That's actually why I moved out here to Stockton. I didn't know it at the time, but looking back on the last 15 or so years, I grew up in the Bay Area. I'm a Bay Area girl. I grew up in Pleasanton. So I moved out to Stockton to be a part of this organization. I live there, so it's kind of just, I'm immersed in the work, and I have no problem with that. I love doing this work. It's a part of my DNA, if you will. So, but over the years, it's been a lot of fun just kind of getting into different parts of running a nonprofit. Literally learning as you go. I don't have any special skills or anything. I enjoy the work immensely, and I'm super passionate about it. And that is one thing that has not changed at all. It's gotten grown over the years. And I feel like the more we can work together in the community, the better. Because I don't know, I feel like we're in a world where everybody's a little just disjointed right now, and we're looking for, I think we just need to look for ways where we can find commonality. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be, you know, volunteering or, you know, just attending an event or anything in between. So that's Harvest Home in a nutshell. If you guys want to visit, let me know. I'd love to have you visit the sanctuary and see for yourself kind of who we take in and who we provide sanctuary for. A lot of our animals, given that they're farm animals, they come from different paths of life. Let me explain. So we take in roosters from cockfighting raids, which is a huge issue, not just here in Stockton, but in every kind of environment, whether it's urban or rural. We also take in animals from hoarding situations where there's just large numbers of them and they need to find placement. Also, occasionally farmers will donate animals to us if the occasion arises. And of course, we help people and families who may have fallen on hard times financially. I think we all can kind of relate to that, kind of the situation and times that we're in right now. And people, you know, once maybe they had the money to care for an animal that they had, but then life circumstances change and they need help. So that's where we come in. We take in animals and give people the benefit of finding a good place for them in a situation that, you know, they just didn't see coming. So, but yeah, that's us, the sanctuary. Again, I just love the work, so I want to share our work with others. So maybe you can come to the spaghetti feed, or perhaps we can set up a time for your family to visit and see the sanctuary for yourself. That's it.
Any questions for?
Yeah.
So did you grow up with animals? I mean, how did you develop your love for animals?
Good question. I had a black lab, actually 3 of them growing up over the years. And when I was, I think I was about 15 years old, I started volunteering at an animal shelter in Pleasanton. And just as the years have gone on and gone by, and now all the gray hair that I have, like, you know, things have just kind of grown over time and evolved. And animals have always been kind of my center focus and attention. So, I was just thinking about my parents, kind of asking that question and kind of what their response would be, because they're like, "Come on, Christine, get another job. Get some other work you can do." But it's like, no, I can't. My parents and I are kind of very opposite, but we share the same love for animals, and it's just a mainstay and a part of our family, as with many families. So, but yeah, just started off with having a dog growing up, and then things growing over the years, and it's been quite a journey. But one that I wouldn't trade for the world. So, yes.
So how are you handling the bird flu epidemic?
Good question. Thanks for bringing that up. So our property actually had a isolation of the deadly virus in 2023. Actually, February 2023. So we were quarantined for 4 months. We didn't have to have our birds cold, thank goodness, because that would have been awful. But the state gave us basically an opportunity to quarantine, stay put, no one leaves, no one comes in for that period of time. And thank God we survived very well, actually. We just kind of battened down the hatches, and it's kind of interesting because you don't hear a lot about how properties or places that have the bird flu, like, you just don't hear about like the after effect, because there's usually not.
Yeah, well, I had a friend, a high school friend that has a duck farm, and he lost all his birds, and that totally wiped him out, and he had to start all over again.
I can only imagine how devastating that must have been. And that's, I mean, that's what's happening. With commercial birds, backyard places like ours, or, you know, we're seeing it again in different species. Like right now, I think it's Año Nuevo, they're having one with seals or some sort of birds, no, not birds, I'm sorry, with mammals. I'd have to look it up, but it's still here. It hasn't gone away. And that's pretty unbelievable. But yep, we did have a personal experience with it, but we did very well in terms of kind of dealing with it and not letting it kind of take over. It was contained, and we did the very best we could with the resources we had.
All right. Thank you, Christine.
All right.
So, you will give me the information on the spaghetti feed,
Yes.
and then we'll get it out to our master social media guy.
Okay.
And Chris will get it out as well.
You got it, no problem.
So, thank you for being here, and
You got
we're
it.
obviously looking forward to seeing much more of you.
Yep. Thank you for letting me join.
Well, yeah, we're happy to do it. All right, guys. Nothing until next Tuesday, right? Just checking. Just aging a little bit, and you're gonna have to think about that a little more. But all right, we'll see you next Tuesday. Have a great week.
Great.